Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from McFarlane Toys, in their Batman 66 line, we are featuring Nightwing. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I think this is my favorite Nightwing action figure of all time. I'm being serious. It doesn't matter if it's a figure produced by Spin Master or Mattel, or any of the figures from McFarlane's DC Multiverse line. This figure right here is hands down my favorite version of Nightwing. I think it's fantastic. It's a sight to behold, and I love everything about it, everything that it represents. So this is a continuation of the classic Batman TV show. If you're a comic book reader, there's the Batman 66 inspired comic book. And DC Comics, they have taken it upon themselves to create a whole new universe inspired by the old TV show. And it's kind of like Batman's further adventures into that universe. And it's kind of cool because this figure kind of provides a look of what the old Burt Ward Robin would have looked like if he grew up. And, you know, if the show progressed into the 70s. And I think it's fantastic. You know, it captures that Dick Grayson character from Batman 66, but kind of like re-envisioning him as what he'd look like maybe like 10 years later as, you know, Batman's ventures moved forward into like the 1970s, especially during the disco era. And everything about this screams disco, everything from like the big collars to the exposed chest with the hair and everything. It's fantastic. It's such a brilliant idea. The minute I saw the photos of this figure online, I'm like, this is a figure I need to pre-order. I'm all on board. So let's get started. Wonderful looking figure. Much like the other Batman 66 action figures, he comes with the sound effects right here. On the back, a nice render of the character's portrait. Again, very 70s inspired design, especially with the 70s collar and the exposed chest and his chest hairs. Here's the cover to the first issue of the Batman 66 comic book that came out a few years ago. All right, so, oh man, this is so awesome. So we have the Batman 66 Robin all grown up, and he's taken on the mantle of Nightwing. And it's a gorgeous looking action figure, and I so wish they made this figure in 7-inch scale. But for the smaller scale figures, I think it's fantastic. I love the large 70s style collar. I love the exposed chest. He has the chest hairs poking through. Very 70s inspired haircut. And he also has the large sideburns, which was very common in the 1970s. The design sense feels very 70s, especially with the flared out bell bottoms, the tight hipped pants, and a leather coat. This is a this is a work of beauty. I love the sound effects too, how he can like attach them to his wrist. So anytime he's like punching out like the Joker or Penguin, you know. God, this is such a beautiful figure. I am so stoked on this. This guy stands in at about a little over 6 inches tall. The detailing is really, really well done. He kind of has like the Nightwing, the modern Nightwing inspired mask on his face. Beautiful sculpting for the hair, very nice and clean. Very clean lines on his uniform. You know, the edge work is very impeccable. Nice detail with the zipper running down his coat. The color scheme is spot on Nightwing with the blue and the gold and the black. In terms of his articulation, Nightwing's head swivels left and right. He has articulated arms that go up and also go outward. Bend at the elbow with a swivel, and then his wrist articulated as well. He does swivel at the waist. It's just hidden by the coat. His legs kick upward, And then they do bend at the knees with a swivel. And that's the extent of his articulation. But yeah, I am so stoked on this figure. It's a work of art. And here he is next to his mentor slash father figure, Batman. You know, Robin's all grown up. He's struck it out on his own. He's going to tackle, you know, crime in Bloodhaven. Here he is next to the 66 Superman, which is an amazing figure as well. And here he is as his childhood self, as Robin. So I am so stoked on this. It's kind of like Burt Ward as Robin grew up and he became this guy right here. It's so cool. Man, I am so stoked on this figure. Like I said, I just wish they made this figure in a larger scale. And then here's his other father figure, Alfred. You know, he's telling, you know, Master Dick to, you know, be careful out there when you're out fighting crime. And maybe he's packing him a lunch before he goes on his nightly adventures. So yeah, if you see this figure, swoop in and pick him up. You won't regret it. You know, the Batman 66 line from McFarlane, it really surprised me. Here we are 3 years later, and the line is still continuing forward. At first, I thought they'd just give us, you know, just the characters on the show. But it's great how they're pulling concepts and characters and ideas from the comic book series and bringing them to life. Much like this golden boy right here. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.